show tonight.
PK, I'll tell you something. We saw a history like you've never seen before. And PK, I'll tell you something. It's great to be a part of history. So I'll tell you something. Someone as good as me, someone as great as me, someone as beautiful as me, someone as buff as me. I'll tell you something. I deserve to be a part of history tonight, and I am so grateful that I was here tonight.
Hey, Joe, wait a minute. I'm feeling a push.
What?
It's your ego. It's your ego. Let's push me out of the camera.
PK, it's just reality, PK. I'll tell you something. It's not an ego if I'm just telling the truth. And it's the truth. And all you girls out there know it.
Hey, Joe, why don't you tell us about our first match?
I would love to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I will.
Okay, let's go, Mr. Memory Man.
All right, well, I'll tell you something. I remember it was Jimmy Lee
versus
Michael Manson.
Hey, good job, Joe. You get a gold star
and I'll
tonight.
tell you something. Yeah, and it was all touching. They shook hands. They hugged one another. Like it's like some after-school special. I'll tell you something. This is wrestling. This is competition, and they treated it like it was like ice castles, like it was like some love movie or something like that. No, it's all about competition, PK.
Like a bro-com, brotherly comedy?
Yeah, whatever. And I'll tell you something, I'm glad that the Monster C went in there and started cleaning house, PK. Started beating the tar out of them and showing them exactly what wrestling is all about.
But Joe, the best part about that, though, is when the Monster C called out the Herald and the White Knight, the King's Court, basically, but nobody came out.
Well, PK, I don't know. Maybe there was no flight from Arcadia to here. How many people fly to Cornelia?
Well, Joe, then we had the Compound versus the Book Club. Now, the Compound was represented by Jamar Anderson and Kendall Sullivan versus the Book Club. And, Joe, I'll tell you something. Great match, but ultimately the Book Club successfully defended their titles. But then, Joe, after that, Karma came around, and Jamar Anderson was stabbed in the back by Kendall Sullivan and David Garrison.
Karma. I'll tell you something, that was not karma. What it is that Jamar Anderson, he made the biggest mistake. He allowed James Boulevard to get into that match. He was raring. He was like a caged tiger. He wanted to get into that match and clean house. And you know what? It was Jamar Anderson's fault. His fault. Jamar Anderson's fault for letting him come in here.
Good pronunciation, Joe.
Into the match.
No, everybody will now know that his last name is Anderson. So good job.
Oh, PK,
good job. Good job.
No, I'm just trying to,
all those years of I've been telling you, Joe, you need to enunciate.
I am enunciating.
It's paid off.
PK, I tell you
Joe, a single tear's rolling down the side of my cheek. I'm so
proud of you right now.
Shut
up, PK. You know I speak perfect Queen's English.
Well, Joe, then we had, speaking of Queen's English, we had Patrick Samuels from England take on Marcus Adams. Usually they're a tag team called The Royal, but this time they took each other on, and it was a good match. But ultimately, Marcus Adams hit his finishing maneuver and got the win.
That's right. First they started hugging and shaking hands. That's when I knew that we were doomed from the start. This would be one of the most boring matches I've ever seen. But yeah, they did have a little bit of competition in there. They did put a little edge into the match. I tip my hat to them. My awesome fedora into the, I tip my hat towards them. But I'll tell you something, BK. Yeah, that's right. Strength, like me, overcame speed. And Marcus Adams beat Patrick Samuels.
Yep, Joe, it was a good match. I'll tell you something. I'm looking forward to seeing them tagging together again because that's how I like to see the Royal. Then, Joe, then we had Will Caution defend his title against, and he said, hey, anybody want to come out? Take me on. And who came out? The Archangel, Lane Cross.
That's right. I'll tell you something, one of the greatest matches tonight. Lane Cross, I like to call him the King of the Carolinas. He knows his wrestling. He came down here to Georgia to show us how it's done. And I'll tell you something, he brought his A game to Will Caution tonight. And he gave Will Caution one heck of a match, PK.
Well, Joe, Will Caution hit a Hurricanrana, went into a head scissors, and got the pin, successfully defended his title. And Joe, I got to admit, Lane Cross, he was a very good sportsman, and congratulated Will Caution for his victory.
Oh, I know. That's the one thing I don't approve of. I like competition, PK. I don't like brotherhood in that match. I want competition. I want people to grunt and claw and scream and punch their way to victory.
Well, Joe, if you don't like brotherhood, that's one of the back and forths that you and I have, being brothers.
We're not in the ring, PK. Give me a break. I mean, that's a whole different color of money.
Maybe someday.
Oh, stop it.
You might get in the ring. Bill wanted you to take on Bobby Popham tonight.
And he's darn lucky I didn't.
No, you're darn lucky, Joe.
Oh,
well, then we had Jacob Ashworth take on Jake Hughes, because what happened was Jacob Ashworth comes out and he says, Curtis Coleman, let's go. He opens the challenge to him. Curtis Coleman comes out with the rest of the Bad Boys Club.
That's
or
right.
what I like to call the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh,
or the Mean Girls Sorority. But
PK,
anyways,
remember, I'm a member of that club, so watch it.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, well then Joe, maybe you should accurately defend it right now. Anyways, so Jacob Ashworth instead winds up wrestling Jake Hughes because, I gotta admit, Curtis Coleman looked like he was a little scared there of Jacob Ashworth.
He was not scared.
He was legitimately pinned by him before.
No. He was not scared of Jacob Ashworth. Bottom line is Jacob Ashworth wasn't worthy enough to take on our Ultimate Champion. He wasn't worthy enough because he can't put up a good enough fight for Curtis Coleman.
Well, Joe, Jacob Ashworth hit the overdrive for the win and pinned Jake Hughes. giving the Bad Boys Club a loss.
A fluke. That's what it is, a fluke. And every time the Bad Boys Club loses, it is either A fluke, or B, and this is 99.999% of the time, it is because there's biased referee going on.
Well, Joe, that's amazing because now you've given every excuse for losing that you can.
That is not an excuse, that's fact, PK.
Well, Joe, then we had Adrian Phillips versus Keith Cage for the Generations Championship. Interesting match because, Adrian Phillips has his own style. Definitely an unorthodox wrestler.
He's an idiot.
And then you had Keith Cage, who adequately is a decent wrestler. But then, ultimately, Joe, Keith Cage does a low blow, and he kicks Adrian Phillips. And then he delivers his decapitator, and he got the win here tonight with an asterisk, defending his title successfully.
PK, always you with the asterisk. The bottom line is he was a better man tonight. He won tonight because he is the champion. That's why, because Adrian Phillips couldn't wrestle his way out of a paper bag. Heck, I know little ants that crawl around your house that can beat him in wrestling.
Well, Joe, I'd rather have little ants outside my house than the cockroaches I find in your kitchen.
I do.
Well, then, Joe, then we had Kit Bryson versus CEO Bobby Popham, your boss and mine.
Your boss, not mine.
Bobby Popham wound up hitting his STBY and getting the win.
That's right.
Another loss for the Bad Boys Club.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something.
It's tragic.
It's called the weak link, and like I said before, it's called biased refereeing.
It's tragic. It
is tragic. It is tragic when we get cheated out of our victory.
We should contact the UN.
I'm about to.
Yeah, and definitely. You should.
Yeah.
And they would love to hear from you in particular.
And talking about UN, we have the new.
And Joe, when you go to them, wear that outfit. They will definitely respect that.
They love
well, then, Joe, then we had CTMD versus members of the Bad Boys Club, Curtis Coleman and Jackson Carter. But was not their night.
I will take over from here. You know what? Let's shake things up a little bit. You out of here.
So long,
Hey,
brother.
you stay here because you're a part of the Bad Boys Club.
Whoa. The group formerly known as the Bad Boys Club, because you know what we are now. I talked to my mentor, Curtis Coleman. The man that I am today is because of this man right here. Look at that, 2 belts. 2 belts. He's the ultimate champion. He's a real ultimate champion. We discussed it with Percy. It was all the big grooves. We trimmed the fat. And now we are, well, you know something? Why don't you bring in Jonathan?
A wise man once told me that there's the hottest tag team here at the OSWA.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tell him, Jonathan.
Tell him, Jonathan. Yeah.
Anthony Marinelli, Clint Eller, Bobby Popham. CTMD proudly presents the Super Bad Boys Club's talent pool.
Stay out of the deep end.
It's okay. The greatest tag teams in the history of this company
I'm charged up.
are now one unit. And I can promise you all this, OSWA.
That was good.
That was good.
Belty! I'm stuck.
It's okay.
You're so hot, man. You're hot, man.
Anointed.
OSWA, you all haven't seen anything yet. You be watching out for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told him.
I remember too.
Hey, buy a shirt, ProWrestlingTees.com/CTMD for hire.
That's all one word, you mongrels. You don't know how to spell with this Habersham education. Tell them.
They do not. Yeah, I'm telling you, they don't know their ABCs. They don't know their DEFs.
Well, you know something? Now they're going to know all about CTMDP, BBCTP. And that's the CTMD Presents, the Bad Boys Club.
That's right.
Oh!
Boom! Oh, yeah.
Buy a shirt.
That's right. There you go. I love it.
Buy a shirt, man.
And buy a shirt. I'm telling you. All right, mediocre. Come on in. All right, let me tell you something, BK. I am proudly a member of that. I am proudly a member.
Well, Joe, I'm trying to remember how to remember. It's CTMD
presents the Bad Boys.
No, I messed up. I'm
Talent.
sorry. I was so charged up from all
Okay.
the butt I was kicking tonight.
Yeah.
All the rabble-rousing I had to put up with, all these little kids running around making a mess. Nobody can parent, especially Joey Carroll. He should be fired.
See that one
That's what I'm
blonde
saying.
lady with her kids?
Because it is look, here, someone give him a pen. Someone give him a pen.
I got a pen right here.
Okay, so we're.
All right, great.
Well, JQ's you're so busy getting pinned as well. So here,
Whoa,
do me a favor.
whoa,
Can you write this one down for me?
Stop it,
Let's see
PK.
how well you do.
Yeah, that was disrespectful, PK. You know,
Okay.
after this, come into my office and talk to me.
Thank you.
I'll
See,
meet you
this is why he's a charter member.
That's
Okay?
right.
I'll meet-
Platinum Diamond Club.
That's right. I have the credit card to prove it.
It is CTMD presents the Super Bad Boys Club's talent pool. Hey, Adam, come here.
I gotta find a way to shorten that.
No, hey,
No,
hey,
you gotta-
Chad Wood's partner.
Stay out of the deep end, kid.
Oh, my God.
And your notes?
You deserve that, PK.
Okay, well,
Paper.
I figured out,
Yeah.
you know, here's the thing. I figured out. I'm going to call them CTMD.
Presents the bad
No,
boys.
CTMD TP.
Superman.
CTMD's toilet paper. I mean, that helped me remember.
Whoa, PK! I'll tell you something.
Can't
You
be biased
you
like
need
that.
to be perfect. That is biased.
I'm just trying to remember because it's so many. It's so many.
Let's go to
letters.
IHOP. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let's
Well,
go
Joe, I'll
to
tell you
D's in
something.
Anderson, South Carolina.
After the match, they did attack. Go ahead.
Kit Bryson.
Thank you.
He
They
attacked
did attack
Kit Bryson.
Well, because I was waiting for you to interrupt me. They did attack Kit Bryson because I thought you were going to justify it, and they wound up attacking Kit Bryson. And unfortunately, Kit Bryson, we don't know when he's going to be back now.
Who cares? I'll tell you something. I'll justify it. He's a weak link. That's how I'm going to justify it. He doesn't belong in the Bad Boys Club anymore.
All right, well, folks, we're going to be back here in 2 weeks.
Until-
Bell time is at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6. We're going to start seeing how all this folds out. CTMD,
It would unfold.
P, BBC, TP.
It's CTMD presents the Bad Boys Club's talent pool.
I thought it was Super Bad Boys
It's
Club.
Super
The Super Bad Boys Club stand is a talent pool.
Joe, you're a member. You should know this already.
I know I'm a member. Sometimes I make mistakes. Okay, I am human after all.
See you in 2 weeks.